Hello and welcome. Thank you for being here. If you're here, whether or not you're here with me live or catching up later on in the VOD, I appreciate you and I hope you're doing well. In today's stream, we're going to spend some time building something that should be a little bit of fun. I'm going to build a Crateball Arena in Valheim, where we will battle it out to see which team is the best Crateball team in Valheim as part of my Valheim Battlers series. No, not Siri. I didn't have so that's what today I'll be doing a little bit of the just little bit of mechanical science parts of it. We're going to figure out how I want to build it, whether I wanted to put it on the ground or whether I want it to be in the air, or and roughly how big, because I know how big a soccer field is supposed to be, but I don't know how that'll translate into Valheim movement. It might be a little big, so that's essentially what I've got going on. I had a big old spiel prepared, but now I can't remember it because you know how that works. So that's all I've got. I hope you all are doing well. Hi, Kyle. How are you doing today? Thank you for being here. It's good to see you. Kyle has been busy over on his channel. It's been a while, right? It's been a minute for me. I've been really busy. So I haven't been around. So I peeked over everybody's channels. And hi, Kongveal. How are you doing? Kongveal says that sounds awesome. Yeah, I think it should be. I think it should be fun. So, as part of my Valheim Battlers, we'll get there. We've already had 2 Valheim Battlers events over in a couple of different places, and I want to I think Valheim Battlers, right? I think it has like the same energy as American Gladiators, if anybody remembers that. It lasted like almost 20 years, I think, American Gladiators, but I wanted to have the same energy as that, like different events that teams get to go do. And like I said, we've already had 2. We've held 2 in secret. I have a couple of videos that I'm working on that I've been thrashing on them to get them out. And those will be fun events for everybody to see. But here pretty soon we'll have a Crateball field for 2 teams to battle it out. But yeah, Kongveal says a soccer field in Valheim would be massive. Yeah, I think it would be. Kongveal says, and we have missed you. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I miss doing stuff with everybody, seeing everybody do stuff. This is like the first time since, I mean, yeah, I signed into Valheim yesterday, clearly, so that I could make sure it still worked. But this is the first time I've really had any time for anything. But we're gonna build it in the plains because I like the plains. I don't like building in the meadows because all you hear is just constant horking. This will be modded. I don't think we'll need to you'd have to use mods to participate on it. I think this one will be mod free. Unlike the second Clash of the Vikings is what I called the other thing. Kongveal says American Gladiators ran from September 1989 to May 1996. Yeah, isn't that what? Oh, that's not 13 years. That's not how math works. Wow, it only ran like that. I feel so like I remember American Gladiators was like constantly running. Alright, so I have to figure out if I want this to be on the ground, like I said, or if I want it to hover. So let's putz around with ground first. I'm gonna face north, and we're gonna do a little bit of modding here. So my character's facing north. A soccer field or a football field in the US is, hi Big Fat Snake, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for being here. A soccer field in the US is 100-ish meters long and 60-ish meters wide, I think. So Yeah, let's do this. All right, so I'm gonna use something to do a thing, and I can't remember what it's called. World edit commands. I'm gonna use world edit commands just to futz with the terrain. So let's do terrain, and let's raise the terrain, because if I level the terrain, it's just gonna be jank where I am right now. We're gonna raise it equals, let's just raise it 2 meters. Okay, so this is in meters. All right. And I want it to be a rectangle. Rectangle equals, let's do width. I want it to face east-west. So it'll need to be wide. So let's do, oh my gosh, 100. Okay, we're going to do 100 meters. 100 meters wide. By, this is just going to be the size of the thing. Oh my gosh, 100 meters by, I think it's like 65, but I'm just going to do 60. And we'll see what that looks like. 100, 110. Kongveal says 100 to 110 meters long by 64 to 73 meters. Oh, so it was okay. So I was kind of close. All right, so let's go for broke. 110 by 73. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Let's see what that looks like. Okay, so I raised the terrain, and that's what you get here. So it really doesn't look like anything because I didn't paint it. But what I'll do is we'll do terrain level rectangle equals, and we'll just make it the same size, 110 by 73. I could probably have chained these commands together, but I didn't. Paint equals, and let's just make it cultivated. There we go. Alright. So that's pretty massive huge large, right? Like, I think it's outside my render distance. Yeah, that's huge. Yeah, that's very, very large. I like how, can I go through this? Oh. I can't go through this, but it made a void here. Alright, so I've got some random like trees and stuff here that I might not want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna force delete them. Force delete, and I'm just gonna do force delete 50. And it gets rid of the trees, right? But you see the rocks still there. I'm just gonna hit force delete again and it'll get rid of the rock. Boop, and I got rid of all the loot. So just as a thing, if you've got plains rocks or rocks in general that you just want to get rid of, use force delete, but hit it twice. Hit it twice, but this is too big. So, let me get back to my position here. Fly, whee. All right, and I'm just gonna undo that. Delete Viking. That's just what happens when I go into the Ashlands. Am I right? Hey. Alright, undo. I'm gonna undo this. I'm gonna undo it again. Just to get rid of the terrain changes. And let's make this a little bit not that. Let's raise the terrain. Yeah, 2 by 2 again, but let's make this, I'm not even going to worry about like the mathematic proportions of it, but that was too big. Let's scale it down quite a bit. Even just the width of that was too much. So let's do 65 by 65, just so that I can at least see that. And let's paint that equals cultivated. There we go. See, that's still huge. See, I'm glad I'm doing this, because this would have been terrible to try and build by hand. Do you know what I mean? Sure, let's undo that. Oop. Let's do 40 by 40. Aye, that's more manageable. Look at that. It's still massive, but we can work with this. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna level this now. So we're gonna do terrain, level. Oops. I really hate that it does that. Level. Rectangle 40-40. Cultivated. Done. Cool. Nice and level. Nice. Alright. Now I'm gonna face north again. And let's do terrain, raise to, and let's make this 30 by, let's see what it looks like if it's 30 by 15. There we go. Let's see what this looks like. Yeah, hey, that's manageable. Look. That's a manageable little size, because it doesn't take too long to get from here to there. Maybe maybe a little bit wider, actually. But yeah, no, that looks like a respectable size. So yeah, I'll make that a little bit wider, actually. Let's get back here and face north. Unfly. Undo. Undo. And let's raise this by 30. Let's do 30 by 20. Kongveal says 30 by 20 is the same-ish ratio as the soccer field. Nice! Well, I got there at the end, right? Yeah, that looks manageable. Let's see how long it takes to run to the other side. Because, like, I don't want it to be a bad experience, right? I want you guys to be able to have fun getting from point A to point B. Yeah. Yeah, that's not too bad. I mean, it takes, hold on. Let's turn off God mode. How much stamina does it take? Is really the major thing, right? How much stamina does it take? It should take an entire bar's worth of stamina to get from one end to the other. Look at that. It took an entire bar's worth of stamina to get from one end to the other. Cool. So, assume that there's people in the way, and they have bunkers. Run faster. I wish I could. Cool. Let's fix this. Yeah, but I think I was saying I like working in the plains more than I like working in the meadows, because like I can't stand the deer noise. You guys, just the constant deer horking. All right. So then I'm gonna actually undo this, but I liked this. This worked out. Let's undo this. $35 by 25. And we're gonna do this by 3. And then I'm gonna do... You'll see what I'm doing. Oh, lower. Here, let me get to... Dang it. Free fly. Hi, Sarah. How are you doing? Thank you for being here. Oh, I need to move over a little bit. That's bad. I need to move to my right a little bit. Maybe. How are you doing, Sarah? What do you got going on? Alright, let's do this. And I moved over too far. We're like here. Alright, now let's do this. Okay, you know, that's close enough. You guys aren't even going to see that anyways. Alright, now I want to lower this. You'll see what I'm doing in just a second. Lower equals, let's lower this by 4. And we'll do this. And this. And boom. Aha, now we've got a nice little bevel. And a little dirt wall. And also, it's not very easy to escape. Which is important. You know what I mean? So it says I'm okay. Well, good. I'm glad you're doing okay. I'm doing all right too. It's been busy. Feel like there's always something going on. All right. So that's pretty cool. Okay. Next, now we need to. Can I just spawn a crate? Cargo crate. What? Where did it go? Did you see that? It was there for like a half second, and then it vanished. Hello? Hello? Alright, I'm gonna spawn another one. We'll see what happens. Oh, it didn't do anything at all. Alright, well that was kind of weird. Cool. Look at all these bows that I've got in my inventory. I wonder why I've got so many crude bows in my inventory. Kongveal says maybe disappeared because it was empty. Oh, good call. Yeah, you're probably right. You're probably right. So let's put some of these in here. Then I need a bunker. I want a... Are they maces? Yeah, bronze. I want one of those. I just want to see how far it goes. Pretty fast I see this. Matt is a bow Viking. That's funny. Yeah, doodle. Alright. Should've... Man, I have a better weapon for this, and I should be in God mode. There we go. Oh, there we go. Alright. Here we go. So now I need to just kind of derp around with the crate a little bit, because I haven't done this. I've really watched other people. So let's see how easily this thing moves. It's very not easy to move. Like my character just like trips over it. So that's good. What this is the it's just kind of yeah, this is Crateball. Kongveal says don't trip on it and die. Yeah. Alright, so this is much too big for that. Okay. Where'd it go? Oh, I broke it. Okay. Hi, Whisper. Whisper says hope God mode is on. Yeah, it is. How are you doing, Whisper? Good to see you. What you got going on? Spawn feathers 500. Let's do that. Maybe I'll have a couple more crates to play with. Oh, there's more feathers. Couple more. There we go. And bonk. Alright. So... those don't seem to be going very far. Hey! Motor buff is important when playing Crateball. Yeah, motor buff is required in general, right? Okay. So, running into them seems to work okay. A little bit. We may have to adjust our thinking here a little bit. Alright, let's see if the surface type changes the but what's it? Oh shoot. Here. Whatever, it doesn't have to be pretty. Whispers this, yeah, definitely need the wind in your back. Big Fat Snake says, yes, it blows the crates away. Yeah, for sure. That's funny. There we go. Alright, let's get this one to pop up here too. I just poke it and it'll pop up. Boop. It's kind of pleasing. Alright, will you just slide? Okay, so on a non-dirt surface it moves pretty easy. Or at least it moves easier. Okay, I thought it moved easier. Okay, yeah. Yeah, this is manageable. Kongveal says in Valheim there were people that were talking about modifying game functions. Like you can make the crates float. Yeah. Yeah, there's a few things that you can do. Or what's another thing that you could do is, here, check this out. Let me get rid of this. Let me get to here. Let me see. This is spawn. Yeah, I have this. Okay, okay. Water, liquid. And it's... I don't think that's right. I don't think that's right. Hang on, let me look this up because I was just thinking about that. If I can't get it to, yeah. If I can't get it to slide nicely, I can add just a small layer of water. But that's a lot of splashing. Do you know what I mean? Like, but let's see. I'm looking at the commands. I'm just gonna search for water. It's not. I don't think it's in this one, so I'm not quite ready to test that. I don't. What does liquid water do? Spawn, liquid. It's probably just gonna explode. 10. Now we know what spawn liquid water does. I'm not really sure what the 10 was. Oof. Still tripped. But you can do that with tar too. Oh, okay. See how it's like, it's draining out? The other way that I know with the mod, I just got to refigure out how to do it. Actually puts it in as a physical object, so it doesn't like move around or anything. So will undo work that? No. Cool. So that's permanently here. That's funny. Okay. Yeah. Spawn liquid water 30. Okay, so it didn't like increase the amount of height, but it definitely made my computer jank a bit. I wonder if, you know what? I wonder if... Force delete. Okay, cool. So that just counts as a physical object. Let's force delete 50. Dang it. Hate that it does that. There we go. Okay, cool. Problem solved. So, but there is a command, and I think I want to find it right now actually. So just bear with me. because there is a command that you can use to spawn in a physical permanent section of water, like literally just make like a cube of water floating at whatever location that you want, and then you can just put fish in it. So that's one of the things that I'm working through in my brain is I want to make a working aquarium. And as far as I know, things made with some of these mods can be viewed by players in vanilla, which is pretty cool. Big Fat Snake says, what lights up a soccer stadium? I think it'll be, I think that would be one of the reasons why I would do, require my players to use a mod, is so that I can control the time of day, so that it would be light time all the time. You're telling a joke. All right, hang on. hang on. So Big Fat Snake has asked, what lights up a soccer stadium? I don't know, Big Fat Snake. That's a good question. What does light up a soccer stadium? Big Fat Snake says, a soccer match. Hey. I like it. I'm in like, somebody asks me a question, I try and come up with the most reasonable answer I can mode. But good job, Big Fat Snake. All right. So I think this is probably roughly physically about what I would think, but let's look at the other option that I have in my brain. But I like this. This may actually be how it goes. Whisper says a ghost walks into a bar and asks for a glass of vodka, but the bartender says, "Sorry, we don't serve spirits." That's good. Why am I not moving? There we go. All right. So let me show you the other method by which I'm planning on maybe potentially building one of these. Kongveal says the dad jokes have expanded from my stream to Matt's stream now. That's funny. Spawn. Do these still float? Yes, they do. I'm a little bit higher than I would like to be, I guess. So here's what I'm gonna do. So we're gonna go over a little bit, and we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna go over a little bit, and we're gonna repeat that. We're gonna go over a little bit, repeat that, over a little bit, repeat that, over a little bit, repeat that. Okay. How many was this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that means 1, 2, 3. I need to do one more so that it's got an obvious center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now it's got an obvious center. There we go. So, let's see. Big Fat Snake says, why didn't the dog want to play soccer? I don't know. Let's see. He was a boxer. That's funny. There we go. I keep hitting the wrong buttons. Okay. What? Goodbye. Here we go. Flat. Okay. So I'm gonna use the area pipette. This is what mod is this? You guys probably know already. Kongveal says the infection started on my streams and must infect all streams. Yeah. Big Fat Snake says, okay, back to building. Chop chop. Yeah, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. Whisper says, I have a bot on my Discord that can post dad jokes. That's amazing. That's great. Kongveal says, Infinity Hammer. Yes, that is the name. So I'm gonna use the area pipette on Infinity Hammer. I'm gonna select this, right? And now I'm gonna go over here And I know it doesn't look great, but now I've got a grid for floating stuff, and I can just kind of come underneath like so. Boop. 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 And boop. And now I've got this big old grid that I can use to build from. Now, yeah, that's a massive amount of workbenches. So I actually didn't need that many workbenches. I actually didn't even need a workbench, but excuse me. It is what it is. Big Fat Snake says, "Dang it, bots taking over everything." Yeah, you're not wrong. Kongveal says, "Bots will take over all jobs." Yep, unless it's you know, working in a field or stocking boxes. You're not wrong. All right. Yeah, I do know that they're trying to take over the stocking boxes jobs too. I've been to a couple distribution centers where the bots were definitely taking over there. Until the robot revolution, yeah. Right, and then we can join in solidarity with our robot brethren. Alright. So this allows me to have a massive amount of support floating in midair. I don't really have an idea of how big this is, though. That's the only problem, is like when you do stuff with the ground, you can just tell it, I want it to be this big. With this, I just kind of eyeballed this, and now I have to start the process like manually. But this is how I built one of the Clash arenas. So Clash of the Vikings, which you guys haven't seen yet. Some of you have. Some of you have participated in. I think they were fun. I hope they were fun. I was told they were fun, but that goes. Couple competitions. But this is how I built the second arena. The first arena is on the ground. And that's the video that's coming out soon. Is the first Clash of the Vikings competition. I had fun. One of my favorite Valheim video moments of all times, happened in the first Clash of the Vikings competition. So it was pretty fun. All right. Hello. Yep. Boop, boop. I'm a little higher than I'd like to be. Like, I don't want it to be snowy. Although this doesn't look bad. But it is kind of bright, and I feel like that would kind of wear on the eyes a little bit pretty quickly. But the height isn't a big deal. Kongveal says, "Can you tell me what moment it was, or is it a surprise?" It's a surprise. It's a surprise. It's definitely a surprise. But I have a clip of it. Big Fat Snake says, "Clash of the Vikings is a strategic battle game where you summon Vikings to fight a single enemy. It's on Crazy Games." Yeah. Boo. That's alright. In this particular instance, it's a mode for Valheim Battlers. Alright, let's this isn't too bad, right? And then there can be shenanigans as well. Alright, how far is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, this is a square. Okay. Okay. Kongveal says, "But I want to know now." Nope. You're gonna have to wait for me to get the video done. So it could be between now and, 4 years from now. not that bad, but I do have surgery next week. Oh yeah, I meant to mention this. I haven't been streaming very much. clearly, because I've been really busy with a ton of other stuff. But I get my surgery next week, finally, so I'm excited for that. It's one of my surgeries. I still have to. I still need 2 more, but my big final surgery is coming up. Hopefully, like as long as I don't reject the implant, like I rejected the first implant, I should be fine. But all the fingers crossed for that, I guess. Alright, spawn cart. Let's shove some feathers in this cart. Blah, 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 blah. And let's break the cart. Whack. And let's shove these around. Up here. So I feel like this is gonna have to be something that I figure out. Because that's not gonna work. Okay. Skill, race skill. Is it blunt or is it mace? Club. There we go. Clubs. Okay. Spawn mace. What other maces do we have that are decent? Iron. Let's do an iron mace. See if that changes it. Okay, that rolled a little further. Oh, I bunked it. I'm gonna have to increase the health. So I'm gonna exit game. And I'm gonna download item tweak. So I'll be right back. Hang on. Valheim. I think it's object tweak. Object tweak. Structure. All right. Big Fat Snake says, "Can you harpoon a crate?" I don't think so, but that's part of what I'm wanting to test. That would be cool. There we go. World edit commands. Now I need to get into here. And I'm looking for object tweak. Is it structure tweaks then? Must be structure tweak. Yeah, okay. Download. Install. Valheim's had a couple updates recently. There we go. Alright, I'm coming back in. Kongveal says flame metal mace. Autocorrect wanted to change flame metal to flamethrower. Now you want a flamethrower mace? That's funny. A flaming mace. We do have a fire sword, yeah. Big Fat Snake calls that out. So, yeah, no, that would be kind of cool. That would be kind of cool. Start game, start game, start game. Grab a drink, everybody. I'll be right back. Oh, I thought I muted my microphone, but I didn't. Bad. Wait, was I muted this whole time? I don't think so. Okay. Alright. Dev commands. Kongveal says, but it doesn't throw the flame. No, it shouldn't throw the flame. It should, you should use, okay, hang on. Alright. I know this game isn't capable of this. But with a fireball mace, you should summon the fireball in your left hand and then use the mace in your right hand to bonk it towards your target. That'd be fun. But yeah, no, it would be really fun to have a flame mace. Let's see here. I'm looking for tweak. Cool. Alright. Structure tweaks. General. I'm just relearning how to use this. Structure tweak is pretty cool. You can I wonder if this is the one that you can summon water with, actually, and use it as a structure, but that'd be cool. But in theory, I should be able to set the health for the things that I'm spawning. So here we go. Spawn. No, I think it's object. Spawn. Spawn. Object. Hey, look at that. Okay. Crate. Cargo crate. And then that should just vanish, right? Because it's empty? Okay. Durability equals 1,000. But it's gonna vanish, isn't it? Okay. Alright, so let's see here. Spawn cart. I'm just trying to figure out, because I'm gonna need to know how to do this while we play the game too, hey? Spawn cart. Let's dump some feathers in there. Blip, 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 blip. And then I'm gonna break it. Blip. Oh. Hi, Henry. Good to see you. How are you doing? Good to see you. I'm glad to see you. What do you got going on? Henry says I'll be lurking to get ready for work. Nice. Well, thanks for being here. Alright, so let's tweak this object. Tweak. Object. I'm doing pretty good. Henry says they're doing well. Alright, tweak object. I think it's probably just durability, huh? Nope. Health? Nope. Alright, well, let's look through these. Destroy, destroy effect, event, fall, force, from, growth, ID, ignore, interact, radius, rectangle, show. Show hide is how you would make it invisible. Status would let me add like a fire effect to it, but it never goes away, which is kind of a problem. Type allows you to change the different, like, I can change this from a chest into like a sign or something. So instead of like opening it to get something out of it, I can change it into here we go, tweak object water. That's the command that we'll play with a little bit later. Where, weather, angle, like weather, if you set the weather to, I think that's it. So so I may have to play with a different mod. In terms of that. So, we'll figure that out. I will get this. I've seen it work, so I will get it to work, and we will definitely have some cart ball that happens. But, let's see. Tweak. Object. Water. Okay, that just lets you change the type of it. Cool. I feel like I'm not getting a ton done, but that's okay. What was important is that I had another grid to play with up here. So that's good. Crafting. Alright. So I think I want to make this just a touch longer. But I think I will just use the ground. Actually, now that I mention it. So let's just stand in the middle. We're going to use the ground. And it'll just be a nice easy, honestly just a nice simple uh a nice simple build for once. How's that? Environment clear. Kongveal says apparently the bot doesn't like me today. It isn't sharing my link. Yeah, I noticed that. Oh, where am I? This looks weird. Hey, that's weird. Is this what the terrain looks like now? How did this happen? Interesting. Okay. Is there a terrain reset? Tool. Terrain. Reset. Oh man, that's a lot of stuff that it just did. I don't know what it did. Yeah. Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on here. This is kind of weird. But it's important for me to understand. So, because like I don't want to do a ton of work and then have it just like glitch out. But this is kind of weird. Time of day 0.5, wind 40 0. There we go. Nope. Now we should be able to see a little bit better. Alright. Tool. Terrain. Reset. Not sure what that's doing. Tool. Yeah, something strange has definitely happened here. Alright. I just have to learn how to use that tool. Terrain. It doesn't seem to have... Let's do circle equals 1,000. There we go. Okay. So it kind of reset. There's a little bit of a derp thing that's over here. There we go. Okay. Okay. Okay, Big Fat Snake has said there's something that is often reenacted at medieval fairs and by Norse culture enthusiasts. But I don't know what that... KNATTLEIKR. Oh, a ball game, meaning okay, so it's a ball game from the 13th and 14th centuries. Oh no, the term appears. Cool. Oh, it's cool. Well, thanks, Snake. I like learning stuff. Okay, let's fix this because this was kind of weird. Terrain, raise equals 5. Rectangle equals 35 by 25. Paint cultivated. It's just gonna derp level. Alright, now I'm gonna sign out and sign back in. And see, so Big Vet Sang says gameplay involved a hard ball being hit by a stick, the players could use their hands. Body contact was allowed in the fight for the ball, or the strongest had the best chance to win. So, humans have a culture, have like this collective culture of having a game where we all chase after a thing as the excuse for just beating the crap out of each other. Fat Snake says the game was probably similar to early versions of the Irish sport of hurling, which also dates to antiquity. The exact rules of Nautilus can't even. Yeah, no. Really cool. Well taught. I like it. Okay, well the terrain didn't go away after I changed it, so that'll be what I do. Alright, so the next thing that I want is to know... I'm gonna leave it as a dirt surface. So let's get some... dimensions here. So, terrain. I'm gonna reset this. Circle was 1,000. Because I wasn't facing the right direction when I did it. But still floating in the air. Nice. Alright, now I'm facing north. Now I'm facing north. Terrain. Raise equals 5. We'll do 35 by 25. And we'll do paint equals cultivated. What did I do? Correct. Terrain. Level. Terrain. Lower. Dang it. Lower. We'll do 30 by 20. What did I do? Because that didn't do it. Did it? No, it didn't. Lower equals 4. There we go. Alright. Now we've got a nice little stone wall. This should look nice. This should do nicely. Okay. Now that we've done that, let's get some dimensions here. Boop, 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 boop. And there's like a half over there. So what I can do is we'll do this. This is not scientific at all. Oh, Northman, Big Fat Snake says Northman, the movie. It came out a couple of years ago. What is it? Oh, 2022, that's right. Has a depiction of the game that he was talking about. That's cool. Oh, it's cool that we have knowledge of ancient games. Why can't I get this to math correctly in my head. This should be 20 meters wide, so that I should be able to just do 10 meters. And these are 4 meters. So, I get in. Yeah. Let's see here. Looks like center is like there. Okay, so kinda. That's 40 meters wide. How long is this? Is there game sound for you guys? Or am I'm okay, I'm just muted. Okay. I'm doing this muted. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, yeah. I was counting though. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15. Okay, so it's like 14. So I would need to do, let's do 6. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What? Why did I say 6? That doesn't make sense. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12. Alright, so we'll do there. So it was like 2 off of each end then. Boop, and boop, just to give it enough space on that side. And then we'll do 1 and 2 from that side. 1 and 2 from that side. And that will be the dimensions of the thing. There we go. This across like so. Okay. Yep. Let's look at this. Look at this. Yeah, that's fine. That'll be good. Alright, so how far is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wait, this isn't 2. This is only 1. No, it is 2. Okay. So it's 6 across, which means the center is going to be here. And then its center will be over there. So we're going to have to start making some circles, which I don't remember how to do. So that's good. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Cool. So the center of this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 should be here, right? Whoops. Alright, Big Fat Snake says there are penalties and a penalty box. The playing field was lined, usually played on a flat ice surface. That makes sense. Vikings used tar and sand under the soles of their boots for traction. Ooh, that's a good idea. That's a good idea. What the heck? Does this not look perpendicular? Looks like it's sticking out at an angle. Area. What? What? One, two, three. Okay. Hang on. One, two. What? Hello? What am I missing here? What did I do? Hang on, let me look at this. Is this one? Two? Oh, okay, what the heck? What? What the heck? Why are there gaps? I don't. Okay. Well, I it's okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's okay. I don't mind redoing this all over again because we're like a half yard off somehow. Thanks, game. Sarah says I can hear Matt's brain self-destructing right there. Yeah, no, I don't. I must have. I don't know what I did. Yeah, like Sarah said, there must have been an overlap somewhere that added extra space. Yeah. Not happy about that. That's nonsense. That's nonsense. Hold on, is this still centered? At least. Wait, that's over. It's like the whole thing is janked. Alright. It's fine. I mean, I'll work from the center. 2, 3. I don't mind. But that was gonna drive me nuts. What the actual heck? Big Fat Six. I think Matt needs more coffee. I think you're right. I'm gonna grab a drink here. Henry says, "Gotta head to work." All right, have a good day, or time depending on when it is that you work. Henry says, "Good luck." Thanks. Bye, Henry. Thanks for being here. I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a drink. What the actual heck was that about, you guys? That was kind of dumb. But, you know, is what it is. Put this up here. Just to get it out of the face. Out of my face. And let's start this over again. I'm gonna do this. 1, 2. I thought I was paying pretty close attention to make sure that I didn't do that, but it's alright. Yeah. Fine. You're not gonna be centered. I'm okay with that. What is this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we're gonna do 1-ish, 2, 3, 4, 5. The center will be here. This is the center right here. I have decreed it. Where did that go? Didn't I just build this? This is what happens when you take a break for like a couple weeks. Stuff stops working right. That's what it is. Cool. Alright. That's fine. Oops, I missed. Yep, that's fine. Alright. Alright. Now we'll do this. That's fine. I don't need to worry about that right now. Just trying to get the dimensions of the thing. Yep. That's what I'm looking for. And then we're gonna do there. So 3, 1, 2, 3. Like that. Now in theory Big Fat Snake says the field is cursed. Cursed. Is there a witch around? No. That's funny. Oh, I thought that didn't line up. I was gonna be like, what? 1, 2, 3, and click. There we go. Alright, how far? It was 2, huh? 1, 2, that's right. It's just there's no... Cool. Cool. Alright. I should probably just leave the center line there. Let's work on some circles, shall we? Do the center part. 1, 2, 3, 4. Actually, that's probably going to be kind of difficult. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. It's 2 over here? Yeah. Is this 2 over here? 2-ish. I could, Alright. Do this. Now it's 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here is the center. Alright. Let's work on some circles. This should be fun. I want to make them out of... What's our... I'm not super stoked on the flame metal beams or flam metal or however we say that. Because the edges kind of jitter a little bit. And I'm looking for stuff that doesn't jitter because I want to keep this as low instance as I can, just from the standpoint of keeping this easy for people's computers. So I'm thinking I'm gonna do the lines out of these Grouston walls, and see how I can put them down here, right? And now you don't trip over them, you don't get stuck on them, but they put a nice little I don't know, it looks kind of modern. So I like it. I like it. So that's what I'm gonna do, is I'm gonna use the Grouston walls. And now I'm gonna look at my picture of a soccer field, because we're gonna model it after that. But again, this is just us sciencing this. This is gonna turn out to be wildly different, because it's not just gonna be a crate ball field, right? There's gonna be also other things that happen while the players are playing, because it wouldn't be a Valheim Battlers without some sort of hazard that exists. Oh, yeah. Can I spawn? Actually, spawn. How did I do that? Let me, Kongveal says death maze crate ball. No, I don't think I don't think there'll be a death maze, but there will be hazards for sure. There will be hazards. I wonder. Hang on. Object. Spawn. Object. I can do this. All right. Let me show you. Kongveal says, "Good. No more death maze is a good thing." No, no, it's not. Don't worry. There's gonna be stuff that we do that has death mazes. We're not done with the clash arenas for sure. Okay, I want to show you how I did this. So spawn object searchling. All right. I'm trying to remember. Let's see here. Hang on, I'm gonna look something up, because I wanted to show you how I did. You can spawn monsters in here and have them be big without changing a key. And I'll show you what I mean by that. If I can find, anyhow. So on the, if you do this, if you do set key enemy speed size, enemy speed. My brain is kind of toast at this point. Speed size. I'm gonna set this to. Does it need to be equal? No. Let's set this to something ridiculous. Let's set it to 300. What monster do you want to? What should I spawn? What do you want to see? Massive, McHuge, large. And then while you guys answer that, I'll look for the mod that lets me do this on an independent level. Fueling Berserker. Let's do that not here though. Do that over here. Alright, so we got Fueling Berserker and Neck. Okay. Spawn. Let's do the Berserker first, because the Neck will be a crowd favorite. They're not called Berserkers though. They're called or are they? No, they're not called Berserkers. They're called Brutes. Goblin Brute. Okay, so that's kind of big. Eh. If it made their sounds bigger, yeah. All right, let's set enemy speed size to 1,000. So the only problem with this command is all right, let's do another one. Goblin Brute. There we go. Aha! uh. All right, let's get this going. Let's get rid of the drops. Spawn, neck. Oh, they're not very big. So this is vanilla, right? You just need to use dev commands for this, but I'll show you the problem with what I'm doing. And then the mod that I used to do the clash events allows you to do this a little bit finer with more granular control. So just keep that in mind. Spawn, neck, 1, 3. I can't get to its front. There we go. Look this way. Stop looking there. Look over here. Stop looking that way. It's so big. All right, here's me for scale. I gotta punch him in the foot. uh okay. The neck is no longer an ankle biter. Yeah. All right. Let's. Okay. Let me show you what the issue is with this, real quick, and I think you'll see what it is really fast. Heal. Make sure this is on. Ghost mode is off. Okay. It's too big to run anywhere. Yeah, it really was. Let me see. Maybe. Hang on, let me port somewhere. We need a bigger field. Yeah, that'd be amazing. This is the problem with using this command, is because it sets a server key. Oh my gosh, what was this? What is this? This is a locks. Yes. There's a Desquito in there. Yeah, there's some Desquitos right there. So there's some definitely got some Attack on Titan vibes going on here. These feelings. Actually, that'd be terrifying. So this is the problem with using that command is when you set it, any mobs that spawn on the server after you set the server key are massive and huge large. And it's permanent, right? Like I can set set key. I can just reset keys. Actually, reset keys. And then I can show keys. Or keys, list keys. And it shows you what keys you've got. So, oops, I didn't reset it. So reset key, enemy, can't spell. Enemy speed size. List keys. It might not be reset. There we go. Okay. So if I sign out and sign back in, these guys will all still be massive and huge large. In fact, this is now just the permanent island of the giants. Yeah, Whisper says it's so big they're going out of draw distance, and it really is. The other problem is like even though I'm here on this Desquito, like its hitbox is somewhere else. Its hitbox is not where it looks like. I'm not even sure where. Oh, hey, look. This guy's hitbox was like in its chest, so it's like up in here somewhere. So if you are playing with this kind of stuff, just keep that in mind. You will probably want the object tweak mod so that you can spawn in individually sized stuff like I did for Clash of the Vikings. That's so huge. All right. So now that we've done that, I'm gonna turn ghost mode back on, just so nothing spawns. And that's permanent now, unless I kill them. No, it's not that. It's yeah, you could do. I mean, if you were gonna run an event, if you were sure 100% that no one was gonna leave the area of where you're having the event, like all of their spawn points are over here, and you keep them from going anywhere else, you could do that. But yeah. List. Alright, I just want to make sure that I cleared that. Okay, I did. Cool. Yeah, well, it's wherever. Okay, so that key affects any monsters that are spawned on the server. So if the only monsters that are spawned on the server are within the area that you want them to be spawned, so players don't leave the area, then no monsters will spawn outside the area. Do you see what I'm saying? So like nothing is spawning like over here because I'm not over here. So all of these mobs that are over here are unaffected by the command. But if I go over there, like I will spread the big to them. But in object tweaker, so you can spawn. I just don't remember how to do it because it's been like a month. Yeah. And this is what I used to spawn in the items. Like, for example, you can do POS for my location and then spawn object cart 1. And I think I can do -7773 by -1148 by 65. I'm going to cut that. I'm going to move over, and in theory that should spawn the cart right where I was. It didn't. So I have a little bit of work to do with that just to get my brain in, but that's generally what I'm going to do. So I guess the things that I'm going to have to figure out are how to get the crates to move more consistently. And maybe it won't be crate ball specific. Maybe a crate ball will be involved, but maybe the goal will be a little different. So anyhow, I got distracted. I feel like that was kind of a fun distraction. So let me get back to work on what I was doing here. I need to make a circle, which I'm not the best at. So maybe I won't do circles. Maybe crate ball is squares. Yeah. Crate ball is squares, guys. I have decreed. No rounded edges in crate ball. Yeah. No rounded edges in crate ball. Just corners. That's right. Vikings don't need soft, round edges. They're not afraid of no corner. Yeah. I like that. Same with over here. Let's do this. Whisper says, whoever said that a ball has to be round? That's right. Let it be a cube if it wants. Yeah. That's right. Yeah, kitten. Cubes. Get this in here. Like, I like the idea of putting water in here and having the bottom be just like a foot of water. So I might have to play with that. In order to do that, I would have to require that the players use a mod, though. And I already have one arena that's like that. So maybe we'll avoid that. I don't know. All right. So now I want to do the goal area. In order to do that. Oh my gosh, cat. How far did I go? Oh, hang on. Hang on. It was just one. You guys will see what I'm doing here in a second. Alright, so we'll do... Oh, maybe I can't do that. Hang on. Let's do one more out. Because I'm gonna do like little dotted lines here for the goal area. But in order to do that, I gotta have a little bit more. Come on, delete. Hello? There we go. There we go. This is going to be the goal area, which means no other players can go in here unless you're the goalkeeper. I'm going to call you the goalie. The goalkeeper. Keeper of the goal. Why did I do that? There we go. Alright. Now we can do this. Delete every other one. Delete every other one. Yeah, that's fine. That can be good. And then that's the corner, so we'll delete this one. And then that one. And then that one. And well, whatever. Gosh, this is kind of a pain. There we go. Not so much. Never mind. I lied. I don't like that. Get rid of all that. Go back to this. I can probably put a different texture there, but yeah, I didn't like that. For now, this will do. There we go. Yeah, we're starting to look like something. Yeah. Do the same over here. I'm not really sure what would be a penalty for a Valheim version of a Viking game. I wonder. Actually had a penalty box set up for Clash of the Vikings. But it kind of made it too hard. It was one of those things where if you made a mistake and fell off a thing or went through a portal that you weren't supposed to go through, you would end up in a box with a bunch of oozes that would just immediately wreck you. That was the penalty. Kongveal says, "Ugh, I have not started editing the video I need to release today. That's 5 hours of recording to go through. Boo. Might not get out today." Kongveal says the penalty is anything that goes against me. Yeah. I've been enjoying editing with the little bits of time that I'm able to put on it. But it does take time, for sure. Okay. Well, this looks... I feel like I'm landed on something, at the very least. But, this will look wildly different. I'm hoping... It would be really cool is if we could do, if I could get other people... So, it's 2 teams of 4, right? So, it's 8 players, plus me, and plus Cameron. So, that's 10 players already. Have they come out with a dependable way to have more than 10 players on a server yet? Because it would be cool if we could have spectators. Kongveal says I don't mind editing this game. It's just lots of time. Which game are you editing for? What other fun textures do we have to play with here? Alright, I want to put one of these in the center. And I'm okay with it being, oh hey, that'll look nice. That'll look nice. That. Oh, Europa Universalis. Nice. Yeah, I could see how that one would be a little bit. That's definitely got some time investment in it. Let's do one more of these. Yeah. Alright, there we go. There we go. Gives it that old outside look if there's dirt on everything. Kongveal says the editing is easy. There's lots of downtime where not much is happening. Not talking. When you're not talking, you just cut it. So it's like 5 minutes here, 20 minutes there. Yeah. Yeah, I have noticed that when I was doing a little bit of editing for your games. Luckily, like, so Premiere has a cool thing that you can have it look for moments of silence and then select them, and then you can just ripple delete them. So you just have it select all the moments of silence that are longer than X seconds or X time, or all the moments of silence that are shorter than X time. And it'll select them all, and then you just push the delete button, and it'll squish all the footage down after removing all of the empty spaces. And I generally found that to be pretty good, right? Like I would use it with yeah, no, for sure. Like it's a pretty powerful tool. All right. Here we go. Yeah, this should be good. I'm excited for this. This is going to be a little different though. So, but we at least have an idea of what's going on. So we have the general shape and size of the thing, and I feel pretty good about that. I know it's been like 2 hours and this is all I've got, but we've also kind of putzed around a little bit, and this is the first time I played Valheim in, well, it feels like months. I haven't really done a lot of gaming. Like I'll play like a couple games of Planetary Annihilation, and then my wife and I will play Fortnite a little bit, and I did get Cities Skylines 2, but I'm not super into it. Just kind of a bummer. Alright, let's get rid of all of these actually. Get rid of all of these. I wanted this to be up in the air because when a player scored a goal, it would make the crate go away, and we wouldn't have to manage it anymore. So there's still some stuff that I'm trying to figure out. This may end up just be, I don't know, this will be version 1. Just like I have 2 Clash arenas, where version 1 is, you know, it's version 1. It's version 1. But I feel like version 2 came out a little bit better. Those of you that know what I'm talking about, I don't know, it's up to you. One was better than the other. But I do this thing where, like, I get really excited, I'll make a thing, and I'll be like, yeah, let's go do the thing, and then, like, I want you guys to discover how to do it, like, organically, instead of me just, like, telling you how to do all the things. Because, like, I've learned over time that sometimes that's fun, but, like, sometimes when you just don't know what you're doing, it's just not fun. So, like, I have to do a better job at being able to explain in ways that makes it fun for everybody. So Clash version 1 was kind of rough. Clash version 2 was pretty fun. But this will be good. I think what'll end up happening is this will end up being like the bottom, to be honest. And then there'll be do this. Do this. 4, 5, that. And I might just leave it open. Yeah, there'll be platforms and pillars and stuff in the way. But this will be good. This will be good. Big Fat Snake says, chopping trees in Valheim is more relaxing with the stream running in the background. Oh yeah, for sure. Chopping trees in Valheim. It's definitely experience for sure. This is a nice location, actually. Speaking of trees, like, we've got trees and hills and mountains and stuff, and it's generally quiet. Like, there's no deer orkin. I will say that the bird sounds, like, even if you remove birds, like, the bird sounds never stop. So that's a thing too. Yeah, I think this'll do good. So I have a couple things that I have to figure out. I have to figure out how to make the Crateball work like I want it to. Otherwise, I'll just change the rules and it won't be Crateball. It'll be move the crate from point A to point B while also trying not to die while having fun about it. I don't know. We'll figure that out. We'll figure that out as we go. But I think this is generally what I'm going to end up with. I think the size is pretty. Yeah, look at that. That looks good. That's generally almost exactly what I had pictured in my mind. It's not too big. It's not too small. There'll be obstacles. There'll be hazards. And any gear that the players unlock during this process will also be usable in the Clash arena as well. So any rewards that they earn here will be usable in the Clash game. And then I have 2 more games that I have planned as well. I just haven't had a ton of time to work on it. One of them is using a structure from Farmheim. I talked to Erica. She'd be okay with me using it. So I'm using one of Erica's builds or one of the other Valheim Battlers competitions, which is a PvP competition, but it's not like active PvP. It's just 2 teams working against each other. And then I have another one called Capture the Cart. That's the working title of it. It'll be something else. It'll be like Vikings beat 'em up cart battles, or something like that. Big Fat Snake says looks like fun. The game from Valcon were fun too. Yeah, I enjoyed seeing some of the stuff during Valcon. Um, it's kind of funny because like I had started working on the Clash Arena, the first Clash Arena, like a month before they had like started talking about Valcon, and I was like, yeah, I can do that. I've already got a thing that I'm working on. Some of the players might be interested in doing it. And then we recorded it, and health stuff and mental health stuff. And I'll be honest with you, like the state of the world has kind of crushed me a little bit. Just to put it into a little bit of perspective, right? Like I got hired as a professor, and I don't know. Let me check the news. Let's see. Did we sign an executive order trying to destroy the Department of Education today? You know what I mean? Like that's just where it's been. Like I've been having a really hard time. Like, why should I play a game when the world is on fire? So yeah, that's where I'm at. So I hope you guys are doing okay. There is definitely a lot of stuff going on. I know I have a surgery that I'm doing next week. I went to the dentist for the first time in 13 years yesterday, and the dentist was like, yeah, your mouth looks pretty good. You got 6 cavities. And I was like, 6? That's all? Sweet. So I'm going to get those taken care of next month before Medicaid goes away. Because I mean that's the next thing, right? Like health insurance, healthcare for people who are struggling. You know what I mean? So I'll get that taken care of, and then I'm on spring break next week already, which is kind of crazy. So next week I'll get my surgery, and then I go back to work like 3 days later. But remote teaching will be fine. So, but yeah, if like I said, I hope you're doing well. Thank you guys for being here. I think this is probably a pretty organic. I feel like I've done pretty well here. Trying to think if there's anything else I wanted to show you. Like I can set. Let's show this off. I can show this off. I don't feel bad showing this off. I won't show the Clash arenas, but I'll show the spawn point that I made for the players to come in and land at for the Clash arenas, because I still need to record a tour. So here is where the players spawn in at. So if you join my server for the first time, the Valkyries will drop you off here. This is where they'll drop you off. So they'll fly you out over the ocean, and then you'll get dropped off here. This is the spawn point. And if you don't have a bed set somewhere and you die, you'll spawn here, which is pretty neat. I definitely enjoyed watching players fly in, so that was really cool. I have some recordings of that I'll be able to share at some point. So there's that. But I don't remember if I showed you how to do this, Kongveal, so it's not too hard. I'm not going to change it, but I'll show you. So you go into your console, figure out where you want to move your thing to. So you find your player position by typing POS, and it gives you your player position. It gives you your X, Y, or your X, your Z, and your Y, with your Y being elevation. And then you can just do spawn, location, and then you just type in where you want it to be. So yeah, in theory, that should have worked. Well, let me try it on a different server, so I don't mess that one up. I got a couple different servers that I can mess with. There we go. Yeah, no, it's pretty easy. If you have it hovering like I do, if you have the spawn location floating, set the elevation axis a little bit higher than the where the player's feet are gonna be, so that they fall onto the spawn location. Oh yeah, I was just testing this. Envir clear. The reason for that is if you don't do that, the players will just fall through it. Wait, is this the same thing? I think this is the same. Alright, here we go. Alright, so spawn. Let's see, do POS. Spawn. It's either set. I can't remember. Hold on. Yeah, it must be that. On location. And I think it's one word, isn't it? Minus 830, minus 50, 22, 50. Yeah, no, it's not that. But it is very easy, and now I can't remember how I did it, so I'll try and remember. But it's very simple. It's literally just it's just a it's just one command. Yeah, no. And searching the internet has gotten so jank because it's all AI bot nonsense, and half the responses are made up garbage that aren't even like close. So, anyhow, but yeah, no, it really is that simple. I'll try and post it in Discord if I find it / remember it. But anyhow, so I think that's probably a good place to wrap up. I hope you all are doing well. You got some cool stuff going on. Everybody's been posting content like crazy. I'm a little behind, but I managed to like lurk through a little bit of Kongveal's Planet Crafter stream last night. But I definitely fell asleep like very quickly. Cause yeah. I think I probably won't stream again for a little while, but I am actively working on stuff. But I'll let you know how I came out of surgery, and then I'll probably start streaming the week after, or a week or two after, so that we can continue to do stuff. And then we'll do some more Valheim Battlers stuff. It'll either be Crateball, or it'll be the one that uses one of Erica's builds, which is that'll just be a fun like go do and bring back. So anyhow, take care of yourselves, be kind to yourself and everyone and everything that you can around you, especially in a time like these. And thank you for being here, and I will see you in another stream. Bye everybody. Take care.